Julie Davison from juliedavison.com. Welcome to Thursday Night Stamp Therapy. I'm so happy to be here with you today. It is Thursday, May 16th. Last week we had to push our Thursday video and we had to do it on Friday night because we had a graduation. So I'm so happy that we can be here on Thursday. What are you guys doing tonight? Leave a comment and let me know. It looks like there is a little delay. I'm not seeing the video pop up on my computer, but hopefully it will pop up soon and you guys will be able to see me. Welcome, 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 welcome. Today we're going to play with the in colors. I am so excited about these gorgeous colors. I'm going to grab my swatches really quick. The new in colors for 2024 to 2026 are Petunia Pop, Shy Shamrock, Peach Pie, Pretty in Pink, and Summer Splash. And I just think these are so perfect for summer. They are so gorgeous. Leave a comment and let me know what your favorite in color is. Now, we've been talking about the in colors, and Mom and I did a video. I'll show you those projects in a second with the in colors because we've got this amazing starter kit special that Stampin' Up! Has this month. When you join as a demonstrator in May 2024, you will get so much stuff. It's kind of ridiculous. We have an $82 value package here with the in color ink pads, all 5 of them, plus a set of the Stampin' Write markers, plus an assorted package of cardstock, plus a package of the designer paper, which I think is currently not orderable for everybody else. I think what they did was they pulled some for demonstrators, and so now it's kind of running low. It will be back if it's out of stock, don't worry. And I'm pretty sure that, like I said, it's still available in those starter kits, so you can get them right now in your starter kit. And this is the deal. You can join as a demonstrator, and you can be a discount shopper, or you can sell to your friends, or whatever you want. It is $99 plus tax, and you get all the stuff I just showed you, plus $125 in product of your choice. It's like double the value. It's so crazy. I've had so many people take advantage of this amazing offer, and if you're interested, check out the link in the video description for more information. I'm going to show you some projects using the designer paper and the in colors, and then we're going to make some more projects today. Plus, I'm going to show you how to use the catalog as inspiration to make some fun fold cards. All right, let's start with some of these projects. So this designer paper has some fun patterns, and you get 2 different pattern sheets. And there's 2 sides to each pattern in each of the in colors. So the package includes actually 4 sheets of each pattern in each color. So you get whatever that works out to be, 40 sheets all together. Yeah, 40 sheets all together. And I just love these color family packs because it's so easy to mix and match and create some fun cards. So here's a couple cards where I used all of the colors on one card, a little note card and another little card using 3/4 inch strips to make some fun cards. But I also did make some sets of cards using all 5 in colors and the designer paper. This one uses the Unbounded Love stamp set and die. And I just love the little gems too. Now the shimmer gems are currently out of stock. However, the other in color gems are back in stock, and I used those on my other card samples. This one here with all the circles of designer paper. This is the one that I shared during the Sunday stamping video. Love this new dotted circle embossing folder. I used 3 different circle punches here with some of the ribbon and some of the new gems that are back in stock, the resin, in color resin gems. Yeah, thank you so much, Deborah, for the reminder. Thumbs up if you love these new in colors. I am just really digging them, and so I'm excited to play with the in colors today. Okay, so lots of inspiration using the designer paper. Very monochromatic here, or all 5 in colors. We're going to use the designer paper on our cards tonight and do some fun fold cards. Now, last time I talked about casing the catalog, and I love to do this. Sorry. Sorry, just grabbing a sheet. I love to case the catalog. Case stands for copy and share everything, or copy and selectively edit. And this is something that is just so much fun to do in the catalog because they have lots and lots of ideas to inspire you using the brand new stamp sets and things. Actually, I'm going to be using this Labeled with Love bundle tonight on 2 of our cards. And maybe 3, I don't know. I'm still figuring out the last card. Okay, so casing the catalog, I will put the project supply list for you in the video description. I don't know why I took it out. I wasn't thinking I was going to go in this direction, and then I decided to again. We talked about this last time, and I copied using the supply list as kind of a starting point, and we're going to use it again today because we're going to make some cards back here. And we're going to check out these fun fold cards. Now, the thing I love about this new catalog is we've got lots of inspiration, lots of information. And so on this page, it talks about different kinds of fun folds and peekaboos. And so I thought, you know what, let's just step through and let's make every single one of these cards. And the first thing I did was I looked at this and I thought, what are the measurements? And Stampin' Up! Actually did take the guesswork out for us. In that project supply list, we have a document that has the instructions, that has the measurements. And so right before I came live, I was looking at this and getting ready to cut my cardstock and realized that this card is actually based on a 12 by 12 cardstock. And I don't have 12 by 12 in any of the colors, and so I am going to modify it. I was trying to work out those measurements. I'm going to modify it today, and hopefully it'll work out okay. But you know what I was thinking? Because I pulled this up on the document, I'm just going to go ahead and write my catalog. Do you guys write in your catalog? I think why not, right? So the instructions on this project supply list have the measurements, and so I'm just going to write them right in here. 5.5 inches by 12 inches. These are the measurements from Stampin' Up, and then they've got the score lines for us. And I'm just going to write it here. Score at 4 1/4. 7 1/4, and 10 1/4. And now next time I won't have to guess because I'll have it right in my catalog. I am going to make some adjustments, and so you can write the new measurements if you'd like. Do you guys use 12 by 12 cardstock? I feel like that's really big for scrapbookers, but for card makers, I just kind of usually stick with 8.5 by 11. The other measurement I'm going to write down in here is this little card inside here, and it says the center fun fold size is 3 1/4 by 4 1/2, but that is 3 1/4 by 4 1/2, so it's actually 9 inches by 3 1/4. So I'm just gonna do a little arrow, 3 1/4 by 9, score at 4 1/2. Why not? It's a workbook, right? Yes, Janet's always writing in her catalog. And Janet, thank you so much for the reminder. Stampin' Up! Just announced this amazing free shipping special that is one day only on Tuesday, May 21st. So if you are still waiting to place an order, I don't know why. Why would you be waiting? Maybe you're ready to place a second order from the new catalog. You can get free shipping on your order over $75 in the online store one day only on Tuesday, May 21st. And you know what always has free shipping? That starter kit. The starter kit always has free shipping. If you join as a demonstrator, you'll get a discount on your order, plus you'll get free shipping. I mean, it's kind of like a win-win. I'm so happy to hear. I see several of you have joined already and made Jillian. Yay! And also Sherry, I'm so happy that you've joined on my team. I'm so excited to have you there. What a great starter kit deal. I know. It is just so amazing. Okay, well, the third fold that is on this page isn't really necessarily a fold as much as it is about movement in your card. And so we're going to do something fun there. And I'm realizing I forgot to go get some pennies. So I might have to go get some pennies for the last card. We're going to start in the middle. And then we're going to go down, and then we're going to come back up because I'm still figuring out what the heck I'm doing for this card. All right, so for this first card, I wanted to show you the fold, and then we're going to do a fun technique that I recently found out about, and it's really, really cool. Special shout out to Becca Fisher for sending me the link today for the blackout technique. Now, I'm gonna go over the fold first because this is what was in the catalog, and then we're gonna talk about this technique. Let me get the catalog out. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm all over the place. Hey, can you grab me 2 pennies, Elise, from the kitchen coin jar? The cleanest pennies you've got. Okay. This is the Peekaboo card that we are doing, and so we need 2 pieces of cardstock, and I wrote down one of them here. This was the measurements from the Stampin' Up supply list. So just a reminder, this one is 3 1/4 by 9 inches. Wait a second, not 9. Yes, it is 9 inches. I was just thinking, it's not 8.5 by 11. I did cut to the long ways. So 3 1/4 by 9 inches, scored at 4.5 to make that center card. And then the other cardstock we're using, this is Petunia Pop, by the way. This one is Pretty in Pink. And thank you so much, Elise. And this card is 4 1/4 by 11 inches. So this is going to be the bottom of the card base. And we're going to do some cutting on this. So we want to cut from here to here to have a diagonal front. So I'm just going to take it. I got a score line already at 5.5, and I'm going to cut from the score line down to the corner here, and then we'll have a diagonal front. Okay, so let's move this out of the way so we can see that again. So here is the card base, and then this one opens up from the inside. So it's going to open like this, and that is what is pictured here on page 121. The Peekaboo card has a little mini card in the center and then the diagonal fold here. Well, I talked about using the designer paper, and so I want to use some of this in color designer paper, and I chose the pink stripe paper. And so we're going to cut this diagonally to match our diagonal fold. Now, I cut mine to be a little bit smaller. It's 4 inches by 5 1/4. And so we're going to cut it to match the diagonal fold. So I'm going to do the same thing, corner to corner, and go diagonally here. Right back in the track. Okay. And this is going to go right here. And then if we wanted to, we could add this inside here on the inside and kind of have 2 different patterns. So let's go ahead and glue those down. And so you can see they've done that here with designer paper. In the sample, here's the front, here's the inside. They use some of the Unbounded Beauty designer paper, which also has the in colors. Mom and I just showcased that suite in our Sunday stamping video on Sunday. So if you didn't see that, make sure to check it out. We shared some really fun projects. I think they're both almost out. Where's my other adhesive? Oh, here it is. I knew I had one that was full. All right, let's move the catalog out of the way. We'll come back to it, and we're going to work on this card. So for the front, we're going to glue down the stripes. And I love fun folds that are easy, like this one, because you can totally do this no matter what kind of supplies you have at home. Even if you just have basic stamps, ink, and paper, you can create a card, a fun fold like this one. You don't have to have any kind of special tools. The technique that I'm going to show you, you do need an embossing folder, so that is definitely a technique that you're going to want some special tools for, but the fold itself is not. All right, so there we've got our diagonal part, and then on the center card, this is what we're going to decorate with the blackout technique. Have you guys heard of this? I had never seen it before until I got these 2 cards from the Great Big Card Swap. And as you can tell, I haven't gotten the cards mailed out yet, so I apologize for the delay. All right, the first one is from Colleen Roost. Oh my gosh, I love this Blackberry Bliss with some Berry Burst and some Lemon Lolly in there. Let's see. I don't think she said who inspired her to create this blackout technique. The other one is from Diane Gorski. This is Becca's mom. And she said, she saw it from Rachel Tessman. So today, or rather yesterday, one of the Stampin' Up artisans posted this technique on the Stampin' Up social media pages. And so thank you, Becca, for forwarding that so I could see. And it is kind of easy and really such a beautiful technique. So I'm gonna give it a try. I tested it earlier to make sure I knew what I was doing. And I think I got this handled. So this embossing folder is what both ladies have used, and it is brand new. It was brand no, is it brand new in this catalog? I think so. Let's take a look here. Where are the embossing folders? There we go. This one is called number 10, the Layered Floral 3D Embossing Folder. I think it's actually in the mini catalog first. And we are going to use the debossed side for this. So we've got the embossed with the raised image, but we're going to turn it over and use the back side. So you have sort of that like indentation of embossing. And so before we do the blackout part, we are going to color. And I love, Diane did not do a lot of coloring. She just colored a little bit in the center and then did some coloring on the leaves. And this one from Colleen, she did add some more color here. Just so beautiful. So I wanted to use new in colors because that's our focus today. And so we are going to use some of the light Pretty in Pink to color, and then we're also going to add some of the other in colors, some Petunia Pop and some Shy Shamrock for the leaves, and a little bit of Peach Pie in the center. Now, one of the things when I was working with this earlier, I realized, you know what, it does not have to be perfect. And so I did color kind of quickly and didn't worry too much about going outside the lines because the black ink is going to kind of hide a lot of your, I don't want to call them mistakes, but it is just very forgiving. So I am going to just kind of be quick with my coloring here with the Stampin' Blends. And you can add color in other ways. Like you could use your blending brush to add some color. You could probably use the other markers or you know, any other way that you would normally add color. And then we're going to go over with the black ink pad. And so that's where we do the blackout part. And I do have to say, I did get a little bit messy trying this technique. But it is so cool. It's like magic. It kind of reminds me of the Joseph coat technique. Have you ever done that one? With the Joseph coat technique, you're adding color to the white cardstock, and then you're doing like a clear emboss with the image over it, and then the clear emboss sort of like locks in the color underneath, and then when you go back over it in like gray or darker color, you see the lighter color underneath. All right, so that's Pretty in Pink. I'm gonna go back now with let's do the Shy Shamrock for the leaves. And there's not a lot of leaves, there's just a few here. And that actually might have been a petal, but I like it as a leaf. I wish it had just a few more leaves. I'm gonna do a leaf here as well. And then for the other one, we're gonna do some Petunia Pop. So I'm gonna do the light Petunia Pop, which, gosh, seems really dark for a light color. And I'm leaving the center to add a little bit of the Peach Pie. Again, I think it's a really forgiving technique, and you can be kind of quick with it. It doesn't have to be totally perfect. I'm gonna make that another leaf. Who else is stamping tonight? Are you guys stamping along with me? I always love to think that we're just sitting at our desks together, having a good stamp along. Speaking of stamp along, I can't wait to get together with my team on Tuesday. We have a monthly team Zoom where we do a little show and tell, and then we have mystery stamping. It is just so much fun to connect. We have about 135 team members all across the country. Actually, it's probably closer to 150 this month, all across the country. And so we get together on Zoom, and we have a chance to just connect and see each other and stamp, and it's so much fun. All right, I've colored in all the debossed images, and you can tell it kind of looks a little bit sloppy, but that's okay, because the next step is going to cover all of that up. I'm using the Memento Black ink pad. And I am just gonna take and go direct to the cardstock here. And I did just re-ink my ink pad so that it would be extra juicy. I know it's so scary, but it'll be okay. So I'm gonna just take it and kind of swipe it, which, I mean, that looks just cool on its own, but I'm gonna kind of just swipe it and try to get the whole surface to be black, and it just pops, and the black really just highlights all the lines in the flower image and really makes those flowers pop. So cool. Oh my gosh, Deborah, you're in Thailand. What? That sounds amazing. What time is it in Thailand? I hope that you are enjoying your vacation. We went there with Stampin' Up. I don't remember when that was, a few years ago, and it was really a beautiful place to visit. We had so much fun, but it was hot. It was so hot. We went in the middle of July, so it was kind of crazy. But I did enjoy being there. Oh my gosh, isn't this amazing? I know, it just like pops. You can go as much or as little as you want, adding that black cardstock to really just black out the whole thing. Or if you don't mind some of the white spots, then you can do that. Now, I really love, oh no, I really love that Colleen used the Blackberry Bliss, because I think the Blackberry Bliss is a little bit of an easier ink pad to work with than the black, because it has more of a foam pad, and I think it would cover and spread a little easier. I'm going to use, did I see somebody come downstairs?
Yes, you need something?
Yeah, will you grab me a little bit of sanitizer? Thanks, Jimmy. I got a new one in my purse. I think I got most of that black off, but we'll use the sanitizer just to be sure. Okay, now before you put this on your card, you definitely want to let all that ink dry. But so we're going to kind of set it aside while we do some more stamping. I know, so amazing. Okay, so that's the blackout technique, and it is messy, but so much fun. Thank you, Jim. So I'm just going to do a quick sanitizer. Is a great way to get ink off your fingers. This one is my favorite. No, I don't get any kind of like back or anything, but Mrs. Meyer's, I love the basil scent. So this is the one I keep in my purse. Okay, let's do some more stamping. I said we're going to use a brand new bundle in the catalog. This one is called Labeled with Love, and there are two options for this one. There is a punch, and then there's also a set of 3 dies. And just to be clear, the 3 dies are individual dies and are not connected. So the dies, like, it's not a one die that has 3 openings. It's 3 individual dies. I chose to get the punch when I got mine. And so you guys have to leave me a comment. Let me know, would you choose the punch or would you choose the dies? I'm still on the fence. I might go back and get the dies, but I think I'll use the punch even more. So I got the punch, and I have a little piece to punch our sentiment, but I also want to add a little bit of stamping on the inside. So I'm going to use some of the stamps in here. The flowers for the inside I thought went really well with the embossing folder, and then also the little frame and the words. So for this card, I'm going to use Well, actually, I'm going to use two different words. Okay, so I don't know what I'm doing. I'm making it up as I go. Color-wise, we're going to use in colors up Shy Shamrock, Pretty in Pink, Petunia Pop. Let's start with the flowers. I love little two-steps like this. We've got a two-step flower here, and it has leaves, and then it has flowers. Oh, that's a good idea. Interesting. Kathleen says she has heard of people buying the white ink pad, which comes empty, and filling it with the Memento ink instead of the white ink to create a foam pad. I love that idea. All right, so now we're just going to kind of adjust this because the flowers fit in here and nestle in with the stems just perfectly to create a two-step image. Isn't that great? So quick and easy. Now, my ink pads are new, and so they're still very, very juicy. If you have like very juicy, in fact, I do keep a spoon in here because sometimes I move some of the ink to the side so that it's not quite so juicy. I might do that actually for stamping my happy birthday because it can get muddled, especially with the photopolymer when you have too much ink on the stamp. Okay, so I'm going to use Pretty in Pink for the greetings. And let's just take that. So this is just a plastic spoon, and I'm just going to take, look, you get to see how juicy that is. I'm just going to push the ink over to the side, and then I'll just rinse that in the sink. But I'm not getting rid of it. I'm just moving it over. It's very lightweight ink, so that it is not so juicy and crazy. And then I get a much crisper, gorgeous image there. So I got Happy Birthday for the front, and I'm going to do a little bit Enjoy Today for the inside. I love that little collage of images. So let's move these over here. All those came from that Labeled with Love stamp set. And then we're going to use the punch to punch out the label. So easy, so easy. I just love my punches. I know that they can be hard sometimes to punch out, so I understand the appeal of dies as well. Okay, so for our card, I'm going to add this on the inside and our blackout background on the front. It just pops against that petunia pop, doesn't it? I think we're good. All right, so we have the card that's going to open here and then with the diagonal, and I am going to glue this down. I'm going to use some tear and tape because I don't want this to pop off. We got a lot of layers of card stock right here. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 layers of cardstock, and I really don't want this card to come apart. So I'm going to use a little bit of tear and tape to add this layer to the card. And if you wanted to, it is not completely dry because you can see where it has transferred to the pink. Oh, I think it's best to allow that some time or hit it with a heat tool. I'm using my sand eraser to try to get some of the marks off. I was just about to say you could add some, you could add a piece of embossed cardstock or designer paper back there. I'm going to leave mine plain and it'll be okay. I'm going to center this right here in the middle. And then for the front, I have our little label, and I need your help deciding. I want to add a little bit of glitter paper. We have some glitter. Oh, I just dropped it. We have glitter paper in the new 5 in colors. And I couldn't decide which one to add behind the greeting. I could bring in another color, the that lighter peach pie, or I could do the petunia pop, which is the same color as the middle cardstock, or the pretty in pink to highlight the card base color. I don't know. Tell me what you think. Help me decide. We've got 3 options, peach pie, petunia pop, or pretty in pink. Vote now. I'm going to get out some embellishments. I want to use my new in color resin dots. Uh-oh. My room is pretty clean, but my resin dots aren't where they're supposed to be. I'm not sure if they're on the table underneath something else. Well, that is disappointing. Okay, we're just gonna have to find something else. Oh, there they are. They're so small. Okay, these are not available when the catalog launched, but they are back in stock. So if you are looking for these, you can get them now. I am planning to get some during the free shipping to put in the May project kit. So if you order with me in May, you'll get some of these awesome resin dots, and I'll be featuring the Unbounded Beauty Suite this month for that project kit. All right, looking at all your votes, I'm seeing many votes for Petunia Pop. Some pretty in pink. Yeah, I'm seeing some people say the peach pie kind of is a good color to introduce. It brings out the center. My plan, I think, is to bring in some of the peach pie here on the flowers, just in case that makes a difference for you. It looks like it's between peach pie and petunia pop. I'm seeing more votes for the petunia pop, actually. Oh, I know, you just really can't go wrong. I think I like the petunia pop. Oh, Cindy, that would be really fun. Embossing with the same embossing folder in white paper underneath the black piece and line them up. That might take a little planning to line them up just right, because when I embossed this one, I kind of was like up in the corner, so I wasn't thinking about lining up like that, but that's a good idea. Okay. I'm seeing more votes for peach pie, and maybe adding those embellishments helped make that decision. So we're gonna go with that. I like it. The glimmer paper is 3/4 inch by 3.5 inches, in case you're wanting to duplicate my card. I'll have all the measurements for you in the video description when we're done. So here is our finished card. Oh, I'm deciding whether I want to make slanty edges on the glitter paper. I don't think so. I'm going to stick with that. Oh, so fun! What a great little fold. I've seen this before, but I was inspired by the catalog. If you're just joining, we're over here on page 121, stepping through some of these fun fold ideas presented in the 2024-2025 Stampin' Up! Annual Catalog. And now that I look at this card completed, I'm kind of feeling like I wish I'd used some purple designer paper instead of the pink. And still kept the pink card base, but just added the purple lines. I don't know, what do you think? Do you like the pink designer paper or would you prefer the purple? I'm always second guessing myself. Pink. Let's stick with what we already have. Let's not tear apart this card. Of course, I'm going to say what I always say. When you make the card, you can do whatever you'd like at home. So if you want to try something different and make it with the purple or make it with the green or mix it up and do something different, that is totally up to you. This is the Blackout technique and the Peekaboo card. Let's go on to the next fun fold card that is here on page 121. It is the Let It Slide card. And I'm going to use the same stamp set here, the Labeled with Love. When I saw this card, I really thought that the butterfly would be a fun thing to make slide back and forth. And so I'm going to use the butterfly, and even though it's not exactly the right orange, I wanted to use some of the peach pie. I don't know where to stick all my things. Some of the peach pie to create our next card. I've cut some pieces of cardstock and designer paper, and I thought that the summer splash would kind of be fun as like the sky. And I did debate on whether or not to cut the clouds, but I decided not to. So I'm going to stick with just this designer paper. This is 4 inches by 5 1/4. And I'm going to put it on the Summer Splash card base. And then for the front of the card, I have a piece of the thicker basic white cardstock, and it's 3 1/4 by 4 1/2 inches. This is going to be kind of where our focal point is. And then I have a piece to stamp the butterfly and cut it out. And then for the inside, I have a little bit of that leftover designer paper. This is part that came off when I was cutting for the front. And so I'm just going to put that here on the inside. And we'll stamp some butterflies and maybe something else in there. Okay, so for the butterfly, I'm using Memento Black for the outline, and for the inside, the peach pie. And so we're going to stamp on the scrap of thick basic white. And then we're also going to stamp on this piece. But before I do, I'm going to punch. I'm using this curved label punch. This one was in the winter mini catalog, the September through December 2023 mini catalog. Did you guys get this one? It had a fun stamp set with a disco ball and a roller skate and a car. And honestly, I just didn't use it very much. I don't know why. I guess I was just focused on Christmas stuff. But we're going to use this for our little slider track. So I'm going to go right in the middle here and punch. And I wanted to punch first so that I could space out my other elements. So I'm going to bring in the words from this Labeled with Love stamp set. It says just for you. And I'm going to stamp that just to the right and above the track. And then I'm going to stamp some more of the butterflies. Let me get my scrap paper. Tear off our messy piece. I'm going to stamp another butterfly on the top left and one in the top right. And then we're going to stamp, let's do one on the inside too. Move that to the side. There, just 2 on the inside. And then we'll layer. Oh, I just love two-step stamping. It's so easy and fun. We're going to do the other butterflies as well. And next we are going to fussy cut. This one comes with the labeled punch or the dies, but that's it. There's no other shapes. So we're just going to use some scissors and we're going to cut around the butterfly. I like to leave a little bit of border when I cut, so I'm just going to leave like a little, just like a 1/16 of an inch or so border around the wings. And then we're going to use pennies. We're going to use pennies to create a little spinner. And this was something, gosh, we used to do a long time ago with the word window punch and the, there was another window punch, the little pointy one. And in the catalog, they show this technique with washers, and you can use washers or you can use circles. So if you just have like a small circle punch, like a 3/4 inch circle punch, that works really well too. But I've got some pennies. That's what's handy for me, and so that's what I'm going to use. And I think, oh, that is tight. Oh, it's a little bit big. It's a little bit big, but I think it'll be okay. I should have cut a larger border, a larger border for my my butterfly, and then you wouldn't have been able to see it. So a good width for your spinner is the width of a dimensional. So the pennies are just a little bit big. We're gonna take a Stampin' Dimensional and put it in between the pennies, and then we're going to do a Stampin' Dimensional, and we'll put the butterfly on that. So we kind of have a little dimensional sandwich. Now this is a card you can really put your 2 cents in. Oh, that's a good idea, Janice. Dimes would be really well because they're just a little bit smaller, and also they would probably weigh less because a penny is really heavy. So I'll have to try dimes on my next card. But whatever you use, whether it's washers or dimes or pennies or just circles of cardstock, you're going to just slide the pennies in the track, and so just kind of maneuver it so that you have a penny and then the dimensional and a penny. So there's a penny on either side of the track, and so the idea then is that it will slide over on the penny. Sometimes it spins. Slide or spin, it moves over on the track. So we have our Just For You there, and this is going to go on the front of the card, and we want to make sure, because we've got the penny on there, we want to make sure that we really have a lot of room for this penny to move. So I'm going to double up on my Stampin' Dimensionals to make sure that there's enough room here. So this card is a non-machinable card for sure. And I'm going to do another one in the center here just to kind of give it a little bit more lift in the middle, and then I'm going to do the corners. Now, if you have some of those foam adhesive strips, I think that they are a little bit thicker than the Stampin' Dimensionals, so you might be able to get away with just using that instead of the Stampin' Dimensionals. I'm going to center this then in my card. And even though I didn't use clouds, I'm hoping that the blue kind of gives the, you know, like the feel of clouds, and our butterfly can still slide and fly in all directions across our card. So much fun. Okay, I want to add, before we glue the inside, I want to add another sentiment here, and we use this on the inside of the other card, Enjoy Today, and I just think that that would be so much fun with the butterflies. So I am going to use my cleaner, my chamois here, clean off the pink, and stamp this in black. Oh, that's really fun. I kind of want to add, I'm just going to do one more little butterfly up there in the corner. It just needed a third. It needed a little buddy on the inside. Yes, Pam, I do think a dime would be a good option there. So when I make this card again, I will definitely use a dime. And I know we've got stampers all across the world, so you might have different coins that are different sizes and weights and would be good. But honestly, if you're wanting to avoid the weight, using something like a little circle punch, like a little 1/2-inch circle punch would be good. Really, you just need something that is a little bit wider than the track so it doesn't fall through the track. I know there's so many fun things that you can create a track with. The butterfly. I love Sherry's comment about using the soccer balls and footballs. We did one with well, you could do a frog. You could do a frog jumping, or a little kangaroo jumping, or you know, something, a car. That was part of the stamp set that originally came with this curved label punch. All right, let me bring back the catalog and I'll show you our inspiration project. We are doing all the cards that move on this page 120 and 121. So here is the original inspiration. Instead of clouds, I decided just to add some more of the butterflies and use that. I'm having so much fun copying the catalog. And so both cards so far have used that Labeled with Love stamp set. But I want to move on and do this fun fold card. And I don't know, I guess this card shows it with butterflies. And the last in color that we haven't used yet, we've used some of the peach pie, we've used some of the petunia pop and the summer splash and the pretty in pink. The last color that we haven't used is the shy shamrock. And so that's the one I was thinking that we'd use for our final fun fold card. Now this is just one that has some extra folds. And we talked about earlier, if you're just tuning in, you might have missed it. On the project supply list from Stampin' Up, they actually gave us some measurements for this card. And the measurements were based on 12 by 12 cardstock. So the measurements are 5.5 by 12 inches, scored at 4 1/4, 7 1/4, and 10 1/4. But I don't have 12 by 12 cardstock for the in colors. So I have adjusted the measurements a little bit to use a 5.5 by 11 piece of cardstock. And I will have my measurements in the video description for you so that you can try this at home. Hopefully it'll turn out the way we want it to. Let's give this one a try. So when I saw the Shy Shamrock, I thought this was a really great color to use with the brand new Sweet Peas stamp set. And so we're going to use this one. And I haven't figured out exactly what we're going to do, but we're going to stamp some Sweet Peas and use some Shy Shamrock to color them in. But first, let's do our scoring. Now, I was practicing before we came on, and I decided on these score lines. And of course, you can do something different or use the original score lines. But since we're adjusting this for 11 inches, I had to adjust the score lines a little bit. So I'm going to do 4 1/4 and 7 inches and 9 3/4 all the way over here. Okay. And so you're just going to fold and fold and fold, and you get kind of that same look where it comes out. And I've done another variation of this card, but I just wanted to try it again with the Stampin' Up catalog as inspiration. So I'm going to use my bone folder and get a nice good crease on all of our fold lines. And we are going to add some of the coordinating designer paper. So that paper pack includes, where did I put my sheets now? But it includes different patterns in all the colors. And there are 4 different patterns. Here they are. 4 different patterns. 2 two each that are double-sided. So these are two patterns that have two sides. Kathleen, I'll link up the project supply list in the video description when we're all done. I wonder actually if I could grab it really quick and put it in the chat for you. I shared it last week in a video, and then I don't know why I took it out of the description. I just thought I was done casing the catalog, which I know is so silly. Of course, I'm not done casing the catalog because I just do that all year long with the catalog. So let me just grab this here, and then you can download the supply list, and I'll add it to the video description too after the video. Okay. There, I'm gonna pin that too for you guys. Oh, it doesn't give me an option to pin it. Well, anyway. Oh, I see why it doesn't give me an option to pin it. I was logged in as mom. I was helping her with the video earlier. Okay. I think it should show up there. Sorry about that administrative. There we go. Okay, now it's pinned. All right. So, it didn't even show my comment before, so I guess it didn't work when I did it before. Anyway, okay, so we're going to cut some designer paper to fit on these pieces to highlight these amazing coordinating patterns. And so with the sweet peas, I guess we could do like the green here. I just have to decide which patterns to highlight. I like those right there. Okay, so I figured out the measurements. We're gonna do 5 1/4 this way, and then we're gonna have 1 inch for the flap, 2 1/2, and 4 inches. So let's get the paper cutter out. And again, I'll have these measurements for you in the video description, so you can check these out after the video and try these at home. So the first one is going to be 4 by 5 1/4, and that is for the inside here. And then the next one is going to be 2 1/2 inches. So let's do this pattern next. 2 1/2 inches by 5 1/4. And that's going to be this one here. And then the last one, we're going to do the circles, and that is going to be 1 inch by 5 1/4. You guessed it. Okay, so this has all of our paper and showcasing that fun fold card. We have some opportunities. Actually, maybe I should bring some of these pieces back out. We have some opportunities for some more designer paper, and I'm thinking maybe a white panel here for writing our message on. So let me get the ruler really quick and measure that. It is going to be 2 1/2 inches as well. I should have known that. So we're going to do 2 1/2 by 4 or 5 1/4. Oops, that was already 5 1/4. And then I'm going to do one more 1 inch by 5 1/4. So we have 2 of those 1 inch pieces. I know these peas are the cutest. Let's glue our designer paper down. I am still getting this card figured out, so I'm not sure exactly what we're gonna do with our peas. I just wanted to put them on a card. I've been wanting to use it since I got this stamp set. I always talk about how my kids are like 4 peas in a pod, and so this stamp set reminds me of them. The grumpy one just makes me laugh. Not that my kids are grumpy, but just like the 4 of them right here, the 4 of them in the pea pod. Just so cute. And we're going to do this on the front too. So the original card used some ribbon to tie it shut, and it had a simple sentiment and some, and it had some butterflies, some paper butterflies. So I think that would be a really fun one. Now I haven't mounted these stamps yet, so let's just stamp and let's cut some out, punch some out. I think the ones that really speak to me right now are are the party ones. So we're gonna do some party peas, and we've got some really great puns. You guys know I love a good pun. It says happy birthday, and so we are going to, maybe we'll do some circles. And so we can have a circle here, down here, and a circle up here. And I love my circle punches. Let's get those out. I think for this card, we definitely want some of that thick white cardstock. We had that out earlier for our last card, because it's going to kind of stick out. Actually, we need a bigger punch. Let's do 2 3/8 inch. And I'm looking to see if we have a sentiment that we can use for the front. And I'm not sure. Maybe we need to do 1 3/4 inch. Okay. Let's do some stamping in black. Let's do some coloring. Oh my gosh, the cutest. The absolute cutest. These fun little peas. And maybe another pea here on the middle, because I feel like we need 3 circles. Let's get out our Stampin' Blends, especially our Shamrock blends, and do some quick coloring. I'm going to use the light Shamrock. Oh my gosh. And then the party hats, we can use some different colors for the party hats. With our different in colors. And I'm going to use the dark one for the pea pod. I know, right? The grumpy face is amazing. Am I inspiring you to make your list for free shipping day? That always happens to me though. I mean, every time I open up the catalog, I see things that I didn't see before. And I add things to my list. I placed an order today. I know, free shipping is next week, but I placed an order today, and there were more things I thought of after I finished the order. Like, oh, I meant to get some more Stampin' Blend storage. How did I forget that? Stampin' Blend storage. There's maybe not enough difference in the colors here. I should maybe have done, I don't know, what color are pea pods? Aren't they all green? What color is this one? Maybe I just needed some different shades. Some different shades of green, like some, a little bit of like granny apple with the shamrock might have been good. The other thing you can do when you are wanting a lighter version is to go back with your color lifter and lift some of the color back up. So I'm going to do that a little bit here with my color lifter. It takes a little while sometimes for that to show up, but just kind of lift and lighten that green color a little bit. All right, let's add some color to our party hat. I'm gonna do a little bit of the peach pie and a little bit of the petunia pop. I hear my little peas downstairs hanging out together. All right, we've got our peas and we have this awesome sentiment, happy birthday. So we're gonna add that maybe with this little leaf stamp as well. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. And the little leaf, we can do that in Shy Shamrock. Down there at the bottom. Susan, I am doing a paper share. That was why I put an order in today, actually. It was for more paper shares. I've got a waiting list right now. The link to sign up is tinyurl.com/AC2024 paper share. I wonder if I can just write it here really quick. Sorry, you get to see me reach. Oops. Oh dear, what am I doing? Let's see. Nope. That's not right. 2024. I think that's right for the paper share. Nope, that's not right either. Well, I will, I'll add it to the video description when we're all done. There we go. All right, let's get this card finished up. We are going to add, we're going to add our peas to our card. And I was trying to figure out the best way to add them so that they can all be seen. I think that might be it. We're going to add one to each flap. So I'm going to strategically use some adhesive because they're going to hang over the edge. This one just makes me laugh. Happy birthday. Oh, it's so fun. You can add a belly band. That actually might be really fun. Then we'd lose our circle there. You need like another little circle so that you can see it on the inside too. I'll show you what I mean. we're just going to add this to the back there so that we can see it on the front and the back when the card is totally open. So the front and the inside. So fun. Okay. I was thinking though that we needed like a little ribbon, but maybe not. I don't know. What do you guys think? Do we need a ribbon? Let me show you the original card in the catalog. That was our inspiration for this fun fold. And then we can decide if we want to have a ribbon or not. So right here on page 121, we're doing all the Get Moving cards in the catalog tonight. So here's the card closed, and it does have those fun little butterfly paper accents with a simple sentiment, and it is tied with ribbon closed. And then when you open it up, you see all the layers that we have here. And I'll add all my measurements in the video description if you want to check this out when we're done. But right now, I'm just trying to decide, do we need some ribbon to hold it closed, or is it good just the way it is? Leave a comment and let me know if you're joining late or if you've made it to the end. Thank you. Thank you. Thanks for sticking with me. I have some mail cards to share with you before we go, but I just wanted to kind of recap. We're casing these cards here on page 121 of the 2024-2025 annual catalog. So we did the fun fold up here. And maybe we just need some little embellishments. Maybe that's what's missing. We just need some fun little dots to embellish this one. I think that might help. We also made this Peekaboo card, and we did the blackout technique. That was so much fun. I love, love, love that. And then we also did the Let It Slide, and we made a little penny slider card with a curved label punch. And both of the first two cards use that Labeled with Love stamp set, a brand new bundle. And then, of course, the sweet peas for this one. Margot, the 3 circle sizes are 1 3/4 inches, 2 inches, and 2 3/8 inch. So I used all 3 of the current circle punches to make this the sweet peas card. What happened to our in color embellishments? Let's see what we can do. Here they are. Let's just add some. Actually, maybe we should add some to these other cards as well. Well, I mean, we already had one, I guess. We already had some on this card, but we never did add any on this card. So let's add some blue dots there just for you. And this one I feel like needs some green. There's too much green. Maybe the purple. Would that be kind of fun to have the purple the purple dots? We're going to do 5. We always talk about doing odd numbers, not doing even numbers, doing odd numbers. And I always struggle with where to put them, don't you guys? So when the card is closed, we have 5. And when it's opened, we have 3. So we still stay within our odd count tonight. Oh my gosh. Okay, which one of these is your favorite? Tell me which one you feel most inspired by. What are you feeling like you would try at home? I'd love to hear your feedback and get that. I was trying really hard tonight to play with all 5 of the new in colors, and I did. I also used that new in color designer paper on all of the cards. Did you notice? This in color designer paper is part of the starter kit special that you can get when you join as a demonstrator in May. You can get in color ink pads, in color cardstock, in color markers, and in color designer paper. That's the one I used on the cards tonight. When you join as a demonstrator in May, it is $99 plus tax to get this amazing special, and then you get the $82 value in color package for free. It's incredible. I've got the link in the video description so you can learn all about joining my team, and when you're ready, you can purchase your starter kit as well. That is all in the video video description. Loving to see your comments, the slider card, and the Janet saying the blackout technique. I know, I'm so happy that I tried that. And Tony says that the peas and the blackout are your favorites. I love that. Yes, I know that blackout is a knockout. What a fun technique. I'm so glad that I was able to try that. Thank you again to Colleen and to Diane for your inspiration in that blackout card. And like I said, I saw a post today on Stampin' Up's social media from yesterday where an artisan shared that technique. Such a fun one with that embossing folder. I'll put a link in the video description to all of the products that I use too. So if you're wanting to duplicate any of these cards at home, Tuesday, May 21st is a great day to shop with free shipping on orders over $75 or more. So if you want to get those cute peas or that embossing folder or the Labeled with Love bundle, you'll have an opportunity to do that. Before we go, I want to share with you some cards that I got in the mail. Do a little mail call. Our first card is from Jill Pace, who created this card with a beautiful Petal Park stamp set that just retired. I love this. Lemon Lime Twist and a little bit of Orchid Oasis in there, or Parakeet Party, probably it is. And the fun dies are from the Everyday Details, I think is the one it's called. So thank you so much, Jill, for that Mother's Day card. I also got this card from Sandy Coy Emery. Check out this fun fold. It has a little belly band and then two border dies to create this fun track, this gatefold card. Oh my gosh, so pretty. Sending flowers and thinking of you. I love that sentiment. Perennial Lavender is the name of this gorgeous designer paper on the fresh freesia card base. And also, if you saw, we did a fun Great Big Card Swap on Tuesday. If you haven't seen it, you should check it out. Our theme this month is Hello, Goodbye. And so I got a few extra cards. Some of them were from April, like this one from Anne Telecki, using the Cutest Cow stamp set to stamp 3 sunflowers. What a bright and happy card. I just love that. This card from Tony Shaw uses the corner squash technique, the fun fold there. And she had 2 different versions with designer paper and with cardstock to make that card with the apple punch. This one from Christine Allman was a gatefold card. And this was the second version. She sent this one for me using the Beautiful World designer paper and this fun compass die. I just love that. And it's a Bon Voyage card. So the inside says, to travel, to explore, to fly, to float, to roam the roads of lands remote. I thought that was so clever. I love that, especially all the detail on your card, Chris, and the beautiful jewel in the middle too. Thank you for that. Gorgeous card. Next up, a fun fold from Linda Vanderspool. I love this. I'm going to have to try this little tuck fold here. We have Hello, Goodbye, and a little designer paper flap to hold that card closed. Another card, this one from Kathy Triebenbach with the 3 tags and the cute little birds. Hello. I love the way that one turned out. I think this was... I'm trying to remember now if Kathy, did I just put this in the wrong pile? Was it supposed to be in the swap? I'm going to have to check the swap bucket because I don't remember sharing this card. I hope it didn't get stuck in the wrong pile, but I'll make sure, Kathy, if this was just the only one, that it gets back in with the swap card so that you get a return swap. I'm sorry if that wasn't a double. Our next card is from Mesa Sama using the fun bow punch. And the designer paper is the she had it listed in the other card, the green greenery designer paper. I love that, the way that turned out. Excuse me. Janet Casto. I don't think I properly showcased the fun confetti that Janet included in her other card. Such a good one. I love that. She had some different confetti in her Great Big Card Swap. This one using the Little Latte designer paper. Such a fun one, Janet. Thank you for that. And then this one, a similar card fold from Sandy Coy Emery using a little designer paper on the front flap. This is the Meandering Meadow. designer paper. And our last card from the Great Big Card Swap is from Kimberly Barbish, and I'll just pause there in case you want to get the measurements for the designer paper and do a little screenshot. She used the Countryside Inn designer paper to create this fun fold card that folds out and then has another card inside. I love that. I might have to case this one next time. I just love the second card in the middle. I think that's really clever. So thank you, Kimberly, for the inspiration. Thank you, everybody, for the bonus cards. It is never expected, but always appreciated. I hope that you enjoyed the cards that I shared tonight. And if you did, please give this video a thumbs up and make sure to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out on future card making videos like Sunday Stamping with Susan and Julie. This Sunday, Mom and I will be featuring the Take to the Sky bundle and suite from the annual catalog. Some masculine cards to get you ready for Father's Day coming up next month. So be sure to tune in at noon Central Time on Sunday and 12:30 Central Time on Mom's channel. Thank you so much for being with me today. I enjoyed our stamp therapy and I hope that you did too. I will see you again very soon. Goodbye.